in my previous LED review video, I mentioned that a few of those LED IKEA light bulbs failed on me, but hopefully I found a suitable replacement. Here it is, the Osram LED Star Classic P25 3.6 watt 250 lumen LED light bulb. Now my previous IKEA one was a 3.5 watt 200 lumen, but I think it had a better CRI. This one here, it's got a CRI of 80. I think that's what they mean by RA. So maybe that's just got lower efficiency because it's got a better CRI. Price wise, the IKEA retails now at $5.99. I paid this one here $8.50. I think it was on sale. I was fairly interested by its specs. They say it lasts 15,000 hours, which is a fairly good number, and it's backed by a 3-year warranty, where the IKEA, I think it's only 2. And for the rest, their specs seems to be pretty much the same. So I'm very curious to try it out and see how it performs. But I also got an extra. This is the clear model, and the interesting bit is they say it's 4 watts but 250 lumens. So I really want to see the difference that there is between those two guys and the IKEA one. Just a quick side note, looking back at the spec sheet for my IKEA light bulb, I can see that they mention that the LED lasts for 25,000 hours. And well, I must say that is bold, because mine lasted for about 100 hours and then it just decided to die. Well, the LED array might still be usable, but if the power supply dies, well, there's really not a point to keep that LED light bulb. You might just go ahead and throw it back at your IKEA store. So hopefully those two guys won't die as quickly. And with that said, let's move to the lab. So, time for the first test. Will it work? Oh, yes it does. I can already start to see some flicker on from the viewfinder of my camera, but it's not that bad. But I've got a solar cell right here, and I've got my trusty oscilloscope on, so you can really see what we're talking about. And yeah, there is some flicker, but I mean AC, and it's 50 millivolts per division, so it's very, very little. And I think that's the standard 50 Hertz, so it's nothing to worry about. So there is a little bit of flicker, but it's not that much of a problem. Let's bring the IKEA one and see how it performs. So here's the IKEA one. Let's move it close to the solar panel, and as you can see, there's way less flicker going on. I didn't change scale, so it's still the same, so there's way less flicker. In fact, if I move my iPhone closer to it, yeah, I see nothing on the viewfinder. So it's actually a pretty good light if you want to do some random movies, because, well, if you're not going to use it that much, hopefully it won't die. Finally, here's the clear one. Oh, oops, I forgot to flip the switch. Here it is. Not bad as for the light. It's as you can see, there are some patterns that I don't like. I don't know if you can see it, but well, it's much better with the other guys. Let's move it closer, and there's actually less flicker. Yeah, way less. So let me just go ahead, leave the scope as it is. Let me just go ahead and remove this light bulb. Obviously, before, let's flip the switch. I just don't want to die yet. I'll just go ahead and screw in the other guy. Let's fire it up. Yeah, as you can see, there's way more flicker onto this one here for whatever reason. It's the... I don't know why. So it seems like that this one here does not have such a good light distribution as the frosted one, but the clear one has no flicker whatsoever. So I don't know, what do you like, clear or frosted? And well, while I'm at, I might as well throw in a standard CFL just to see how it performs against those LED bulbs. Right, is the CFL, and let's fire it up. And the first thing is that I've gotta wait a few seconds for it to warm up. But let's see. Is there something rattling inside? I don't know. As you can see, this one here still has, let's fire up some intensity, still has some flicker to it. And as for light distribution, well, we're still waiting for it to warm up. I think that the LEDs are a much better choice, because this is an old CFL that was made in, hopefully you can see the date, 2003, June 2003, 7 watt, 286 lumens. Well, 286 lumens when it's not when it starts up, obviously, because now it's still warming up. So hopefully you're gonna have to replace them with much more modern LEDs. In the end, let's draw a quick conclusion. Don't buy the IKEA. Maybe 3 of them failed, so just don't buy them. And about those 2, well, buy them both. I don't know what to say really, because the frosted one has got a very good light distribution, but it flickers, even though that's very little flickering. So if you're not using it for recording, it is still a very good light bulb. But if you are recording, I think that you're better off using this guy. It does not have as good light distribution, but it's got very little, if no, flicker. And about light intensity, even though one is 3.5 and the other one is 4 watt, well, that's pretty much the same. They're both 250 lumens, and in the real world they pretty much look the same. So I think that those 2 are a very good light bulb. Heat wise, I've left it on both for around an hour, and they did not seem to be that hot. So I think that they will last a bit longer than the IKEA one.